Hey, I'm Emily. If you're new here, I skipped grad school to work at Starbucks. I moved back in with my parents, ended up moving to London, England on a whim where I met my husband online. I started my online business with over 6 figures in credit card and student loan debt, went from $442 all the way up to 7 figures in 18 months, and now I help other women create a life that they love. And today's video is all about how to create an abundant mindset even when you're broke. Now, this is essential if you are somebody who's in a place of lack, you feel like you don't have enough, you actually don't have enough, and you want to learn how to shift out of it. Because the truth is, you're not going to make money when you're in a place of scarcity and feeling lack. I've spent the last 10 years working with women around the world on this very topic, and I know because I've seen the stories, I've seen how people have struggled, I've seen the circumstances. I know that this can work for literally anyone. So these 3 steps I'm going to share with you today are going to be game changers if you implement them right after this video, okay? So the first thing I want to really illustrate is that it's so important to actually feel abundant before the money has come in. And I know that's confusing. I know it feels like we're putting the cart before the horse, but it's really essential, and here's why. So I want you to think about the last time you were out on a date. Maybe, like me, you were in the online dating world, and so you were meeting people in person for the first time. I know for me that it was much more attractive to meet somebody who was positive and happy and had a really just beautiful frame of mind when it came to life, and their energy was abundant, all of that good stuff. It was so much more attractive to be around someone like that than someone who was down in the dumps or more negative. And when we think about money, we want to think about it like a person. So let's personify money. Money is going to be more attracted to you when you show up as that abundant and positive person that I know that you are innately. And of course, it feels challenging to be that person when you feel like you don't have enough, but there's a way to get yourself into that frame of mind, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, that's super easy and quick to do. But we want to really understand that it's so important to be in that abundant frame of mind for money to be more attracted to us, okay? Now, again, it might sound a little bit weird, but just think about money like your partner, your spouse. You're much more attracted to them when they're showing up in a positive way. They're showing up with gratitude for you. They're maybe even giving you gifts and you're experiencing gratitude back. So there's that positive energy there. And it's the same thing with money, all right? That's super important. The next reason why this is so important is oftentimes our identities are wrapped up in being broke. So we have been gifted by family, society, everyone in our past. We've been gifted thoughts about money and ways that we think about money and also different money habits. And so maybe right now your identity is wrapped up in being broke, and that's really how you see yourself. And so you're basically putting that out into the world and you're getting more back. That's why it's so important that we shift into an abundant frame of mind as soon as possible and that you start to see yourself in a different way. You see yourself as abundant. You see yourself as someone who is worthy of receiving more and more and more, someone who is worthy of wealth, someone who can handle wealth. If you see yourself as broke, the universe is going to give you more of that, okay? So it's basically like you're putting in an order for being broke and the universe is delivering on that order. Now, we want to change that up and make sure to shift your identity so that you're no longer in a place of lack and feeling broke. All right, the third reason why this is so important, and this is my favorite one, if you take nothing else from this video, just remember this piece. The third reason why this is so important is that we want to make sure you're making decisions based on desires, not lack. The tendency for people who are in lack or feeling broke, feeling like there's not enough, is to make decisions based on fear. So for example, maybe you really want to start the business, but because your bank account basically has nothing in it, you're stopping yourself, you're holding yourself back, and you're staying in that safe job. Now, I'm not saying go and quit tomorrow, but I am saying let's actually tune into what you really want. And if you were feeling more abundant, would you be making the same decisions that you're making today? Most likely, no. And so we want to take a look at that. And so we want to shift into a place where we are making decisions based on desires, not fear. So then we're on the path that we actually want to be on. So many people tell me that they don't have the life that they want, and yet they're making decisions based on fear on a regular basis. And that's a recipe for disaster. Okay, so think about me. When I moved to England on a complete whim, that was truly a heartfelt decision. That was based on desire. It wasn't logical. There was no one telling me that this was going to work out. No one in my family had ever moved to another country from Ohio. but I had to trust myself. I had to go with my desires. The fear-based decision would have been to stay on the path I was planning to go on, which is go to grad school, go down that path. I'm sure there would have been some level of success there, but it wouldn't have lit me up in the same way. So I want you to really think about how you're making decisions. Are they based on desire or fear? All right, so we have the 3 reasons why shifting into an abundant frame of mind is so important to creating more wealth. We have the first one, which is making money personified. So really think about, are you attractive to money? Are you showing up as that person on a date that would want the second date, want more and more and more, right? The second reason why this is so important is because we want to create a new identity around you with money. So no longer seeing yourself as someone who is broke and struggling. And then finally, the third reason why this is so important is because we want you making decisions from a place of desire, not fear. The tendency when we're in a place of lack and scarcity is to make decisions based on fear, and then we don't create the life that we're craving. We don't get any closer to our big goals or our dreams, and we stay stuck. All right. So now you may be wondering, how in the world do I do this? How do I shift into an abundant frame of mind? Now, of course, below this video, there's an actual training. I have an ebook plus masterclass called the Money Mindset Masterclass. It's going to walk you through my entire process. It's really incredible. So you can check that out. But I want to give you a tip today that's going to support you in shifting into an abundant frame of mind literally right now. Okay. So I would do a drum roll, but I'm not very good at that. So let's just skip into it. So what I recommend that you do if you're feeling like you're in a place of lack or scarcity is to ask yourself, with every decision you're making, how would I be showing up right now if I had $20 million in the bank? And you pick your number, by the way. It doesn't have to be 20 million. Maybe it's 5 million. Maybe it's 100,000. You get to decide. So you ask yourself, how would I be showing up if I had $100 million in the bank? How would I be showing up differently? What decision would I make in this moment? How would I be showing up in my business? Who would I be hiring? Now, that doesn't mean that you hire the person this second. That doesn't mean that you take the trip this second, but you at least know what's true about what it is that you actually want. And again, we want to get back to that place where we're making decisions based on desire, not fear. Okay. And then you can operate from that place. You can take the steps forward to start to create the life that you are craving. Then you will feel more abundant. You will feel happier. And of course, you'll feel more magnetic. Then your identity is starting to shift. You see yourself differently. You feel excited about your life, maybe for the first time. And then abundance starts to flow. All right. So I hope this makes sense. Again, make that question your own. Change the amount of money, but ask yourself, how would I be showing up today? What decisions would I be making? What would I be saying? What would I be thinking? How would I be feeling if I had $10 million in the bank or $100,000 in the bank? And then take action based on those answers. Now, I'm sure you want more about this process, and I love that. I love people who are hungry for more. So you can definitely check out that Money Mindset Masterclass below. It includes an ebook as well. And definitely check out the next video that's coming your way right now, because this is going to help you put all the pieces together and make everything so much more powerful for you.